Welcome to the Jersey City Show. Pat O'Melia here. You a concerned Jersey City resident there. That's why we do the show, because you're concerned. We're back. We're on a little 3-week hiatus from the Christmas holidays into the New Year's holidays. We were working on the Christmas specials. We did 5 of them. Jersey City, Bayonne, Union City, North Bergen, and Seaside Heights. Now, 4 of them had a contest. In Jersey City, of course, for the 15th year, we had the Jersey City Best Christmas Decorated Home Contest. And we had our 3 winners. But before I get into the 3 winners, I want to take a moment and commend the Jersey City DPW, because we had the big storm. We got hit with about 10 inches of snow here in Jersey City, maybe a little more in some places. I was out there personally shoveling that. We did get a snow blower, but the damn thing didn't work. So now that has to go back, and they sent me a new one, this Snow Joe place. They'll give me a hard time about the return, but they sent me a new one, so I'm going to wait for the next snowstorm, which we will probably not have now because we're up. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I got to take it out of the box and check it out, but I got a new one. DPW did a great job. They were out there with the salters, the plows, the pickle brine, the streets. The next day, we were open. We were open for business. The limited amount of traveling around I did, streets were open, the side streets were open. I understand the slope was in pretty good shape. So Pat Stramato, John Lynch, and a whole group there from DPW did a great job. I seen the parking authority was out working with them. They were, out doing all they can. It was an entire city effort. Now, let's get back to the Jersey City Christmas contest. And our winners are we ready, Greg, to show them? Show me winner number 1. Winner number 1, anyone in order. Doesn't make a difference. We have 3 winners. One of the reasons we have 3 winners is Borum Avenue in the Heights. Previous winner, do a great job. Big house, a lot of decorating, as you could see. It's a big house. A lot of decorating is done there. Winner number 2. Who is it? Winner number 2. Number 2. Really is no particular order. Just waiting for another house. Any minute now. Any minute. There we go. Down at Country Village, another previous winner, 17 Oakdale. Now, what these houses do, well, Borum is a big flat house with a bit of a picture window. A lot of these houses lend themselves, their architecture, for decorating. I think that's why Oakdale is one of the winners. And our 3rd winner, the perennial 279 Columbia, Johnny Siborowski's house. He is a perennial winner. Again, the architecture, and Johnny goes all out. There's a ton of decorations on there. Congratulations to all 3. We'll be awarding them probably by the end of the year, end of the month. We'll be doing that at the new complex at 3 Journal Square. Mr. Panapinto's building. Joe Panapinto sponsored it. If you need me, you got all the information on the bottom of the screen. You'll see it all through the show. HMG TV shows, JC Hudson Media on Twitter, all that kind of stuff. We're going to break for commercial, and we'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights. Your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show, and you are watching it live. You're watching it live on YouTube. You're watching it live on Facebook. You're watching it live on Livestream, our home streaming service. You can download the app. It's free. Livestream.com, download it. You get to see all our programs. We just cleaned up the little housekeeping on our websites, HMG TV shows, and Livestream. There's a lot of other programming besides us on Livestream, so there's a lot of entertainment there. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? We got everything. I want to make sure. I'm a little out of practice here. I want to make sure we got everything, so make sure you download the app. You can reach me at the website, HMG TV Shows. You can send me an email if you got some concerns. You got a problem with the county, you got a problem with the city, you got some consumer issues. We do that good. During our hiatus, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, hard to say that because we're kind of used to Donald Trump, passed some wide-ranging tax cuts, which you hope benefit everybody. You know, high tide raises all the boats, all that good stuff. Some people are complaining it helps the wealthy. Well, if you got a tax cut, the more money you have, the better the tax cut is for you. But it's a tax cut across the board. And the purpose of the tax cut, in theory, is to create jobs, keep the economy going. The stock market is doing well. Bill Clinton said it best. It's the economy, stupid. If President Trump keeps the economy going well, creates jobs, all the other minutiae is not going to matter as long as the economy is doing well. But there are some problems, and you're hearing it. One of the things we need to stop in Washington and in Trenton is the war between the Dems and the Republicans. The campaigns are over. Once the campaign is over and you're elected and you're sworn in, it's the business of the people. That's your job there. Not to go on, if the Republicans say the sun is shining, you say it's nighttime outside. That's not going to help. That doesn't do anybody any good. We have to do the business of the people. Now, the biggest problem with the tax cuts, northeast-wise, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, is a cap on the property taxes, $10,000 per year. Now, everybody is upset. The average person is probably okay with that in Jersey City. You're paying more than 10 grand a year. Some of you are. The whole thing came steamrolling and snowballing on us with Mayor Fuller bought a house up in the Heights. And Senator Warren from Sussex County started this whole school funding in Jersey City with the abatements, and this whole town, the whole state is underwriting Jersey City. Fuller's house is valued at $800,000. He's paying around $8,000 a year in property tax. So if you got an $800,000 home, you're paying $8,000. I don't know how he's that low because we pay more than that at home, and where our house isn't worth $800,000. But the most you can deduct is 10 grand on your Fed taxes. For the average person in Jersey City, that's all right. Everybody statewide, especially the Democrats, are complaining, you took that away, you're hurting the middle class, you're hurting the working person. The state allows you to deduct local property taxes, and it's always had a $10,000 max. They neglect to mention that here in New Jersey. All the people in Trenton who are crying about the Trump tax cuts, they neglect to mention that the state has capped the deduction at 10 grand for the longest time. What we need to do as municipalities is look at the property taxes. But we need to stop the crocodile tears, especially coming out of Trenton, where they're all figuring ways that we can get around this tax deduction where you can make charitable donations to the state of New Jersey. You can write it off. Cuomo in New York is talking about backing down on the income tax and upping the Fed taxes on your payroll taxes. Those are all, pie in the sky ideas here. What you need to do is look at the cost of the state and the municipality. Right now we're talking about the state. The crocodile tears coming out of Trenton, they allowed the arbitration 2% cap to expire. That pertained to the police and fire salaries that could be given in arbitration. Everybody's crying about the 10 grand deduction, but we allowed that to expire, which could really blow up on your property taxes. Right now they're capped at 10. Yeah, you can get out of hand. They can start demanding 7%, negotiating. The state's hand, the municipalities' hands were tied, saying, most we can do is 2%. New Jersey, Jersey City, our biggest expense is fire, police, and the pensions. It's like 75% of our budget. You're going to have to address that. And the 2% cap stopped municipalities from exceeding that and kept your property taxes as stable as possible. School funding. Now, the school funding is coming our way. We're going to have our funding cut, and it's going to happen. Maryland, Senator Sweeney's talking about it. Maryland has a different way of school funding. They have county school districts. Their school budget for the state of Maryland is half of what New Jersey's is. We need to start looking at that. How to cut expenses statewide. You need to start looking at that overall, because everything that happens in the state affects your property taxes. So the state's got to figure a way of getting its house in order. And I think Steve Sweeney's got the right idea. Start looking at how we fund things. You know, we're still working the same business plan from the 40s. And it's a different economy now here in 2018 than it was in the 40s and the 50s and 60s. We have to adjust to that. You can't give away the farm. Now, they just passed legislation yesterday concerning Amazon. We're trying to attract Amazon. I am all in favor of attracting Amazon to New Jersey, their corporate headquarters. We just issued a possibility of $5 billion with a B dollars in tax breaks for Amazon to come to New Jersey. Where do you think those tax breaks come from? Yeah, there's not some special feed of money going into Trenton. It comes out of property taxes. You get I'm all in favor of attracting Amazon to New Jersey, particularly Jersey City. When they first heard they were looking for a headquarters, I texted Mayor Fulop the story. I said, we should be looking at this. Mayor Fulop said, we are already on it. Do we want to do it to the tune of $5 billion? That's tough because Amazon extracts a toll on small businesses, our malls, our shopping districts. Somewhere along the line, the federal government's probably going to step in with Amazon and say, all right, we got to pump the brakes a little bit here because you were destroying retail business nationwide. But that hasn't happened yet. Walmart and Target are doing the best they can to counteract Amazon, but nothing seems to happen. I think Amazon stocks just jumped again. I think Bezos is the richest guy in the United States over Bill Gates. But Bill Gates would have been, but he had given away a lot of his assets. These are the things we need to look at and how everything affects your problem. I'm going to talk about the city in a minute. The other thing is unfunded mandates that the state passes down on the municipalities. You know, we're stuck with these rules where we don't have any money for it. All these things affect your taxes. We have to stop being the #1 state in property taxes and taxes in general. We need that kind of mentality in Trenton now. All right, we're going to break for commercial. We'll be right back.
Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'm here. You're here. I'm Pat O'Melia. You're a concerned Jersey City resident, and we're doing this live on Comcast Cable 190, live stream, YouTube, Facebook. We can take your questions. You can tweet them or Facebook your question, and we'll answer them. Now, as I promised, I would get into the municipality, Jersey City, with these tax cuts. Now, Mayor Fulop has announced that we will be able to prepay our 2018 taxes so you can deduct it from your taxes in 2017. I'm not sure the feds have completely agreed to that, because I think you have to be billed before you can deduct. And I'm not sure the city wants to do the pre-billing because they're not sure what their budget will be. So that's bears some watching. But again, I appreciate what Fulop did. You know, talking about, oh my God, the feds, they cut the deduction. You're only maxed at 10. What I want to hear from Mayor Fulop is how he is going to look at the property taxes here in Jersey City. Don't be so concerned about the deduction. How can you control your property taxes? Because this was kind of a little hedge for the municipalities. We'll raise the taxes, but you get to deduct it. So we'll beat you up locally, and you can take it off the feds. That's not happening anymore, at least if you have more than 10 grand. I want to reiterate, the state was always capped at 10. Now, Mayor Fulop is saying you can prepay it. I think you might be able to do that, but I think you have to be billed first. And I don't think the city has sent those bills out yet. What we need to get the city's house in order. We need to start cutting costs, and you never hear that from our city hall. You never hear that from Fulop, where he wants to start cutting costs and controlling the budget. Our budget is getting to $600 million a year. That's a lot of bread, not counting all the other fees. Now, Fulop has kept the taxes flat. He hasn't raised them since his first year. But he's raised everything else. Every other fee, every ticket, everything else has gone up. What we need Mayor Fulop to do, now keep in mind, looming in the background is the rebound. It's coming. It's like Christmas. Christmas just passed, but Christmas is coming again, and so is the rebound. And that's going to hurt a lot of people. So what Mayor Fulop needs to do is get the house in order. Now, it's hopefully it's a little easier than statewide. Now, again, our budget is approaching $600 million. We need to get real about the property taxes. We have to look at the expenses here. In Jersey City, about 50% of the city is shouldered by property tax owners, mom and pop for the most part. You know, when you look at Jersey City, when you're riding around Jersey City, at least 30% of it is abated. But I want you to start riding around and noticing things like your schools. See the schools? They don't pay property taxes. Parks don't pay property taxes. County-owned buildings don't pay property taxes. And the county loves building in Jersey City. Our next hot market is going to be Journal Square. Yeah, you got the 3 towers going up on Summit and Pavonia. Do they fit here? No. You got the big 54 apartment complex scheduled over by Magnolia on the other side of Journal Square. Does it fit there? No. Do we have the sewer and infrastructure? No, we don't have any of that for these things, but we're going to build it. The county has purchased pretty much all of Journal Square with the County Community College, the old Provident Bank at 830 Bergen Avenue. That's all money that disappears from the rateable. The Freeholder building. Now, Panapinto used to own that, but he was paying property taxes even though the county was renting it from Panapinto. He paid property taxes. Don't pay no property taxes no more. Block Drug, a huge complex here in Jersey City. The county purchased that. Doesn't pay property taxes anymore. All these things, you're riding about, you don't notice this stuff. We lose the ratables there. And, you know, you look at religious organizations. I think it's class 15A deduction. They're like almost 700, I believe, 600 or 700. I don't have the facts and figures in front of me, but I did a show on this before, one of our most watched shows, where the religious organizations are completely a free ride. And you got religious organizations that are based on Kennedy Boulevard and have deductions on Ocean Avenue. And it doesn't make any sense. Not for profits. Like you look at Journal Square, the Lowe's Theater, not for profit. No property taxes. Stanley Theater, no property taxes. You start riding around Jersey City, you start noticing these things. State buildings in Jersey City, no property taxes. You are shouldering that. And it's getting to the point where your shoulders can't handle this anymore. So Mayor Fulop needs to look at how to cut expenses here in Jersey City. And the most efficient way to do, well, it's 2 ways. One, he really got to look at payroll. Yeah, do we need all these people we have? That's something, and he's a financial background, Mayor Fulop, so he knows how to make these decisions. The other is shared services. Now, it's tough for Jersey City to share services with a smaller town like Hoboken, but it can share services with the County of Hudson. And we should be doing that because not only do you pay property taxes for Jersey City, you pay county taxes too. So we need to get a handle on this. The more we can spread out our expenses, the better off we are. Now, off the top of my head, you know, again, Fulop actually spoke about this as Councilman Fulop. And he was talking about, I believe, with cultural affairs. Why do we have a cultural affairs department in Jersey City when the county has one? Yes, Councilman Fulop, you're right. What do you look at? Well, let's look at the obvious ones. We both have road departments, DPW. County has them. We have them. Both have park departments. The county has the largest parks. We have the largest parks at Berry Lane. You know, Berry Lane, that 18-acre park that used to be an industrial site, Doesn't pay any property taxes anymore. So when we're looking for parks, park, we want to park. When they build that park, there goes a rateable. And when the city has to spread out its expense over the property tax, the property owners, your rates go up. We need to figure out how to offset that. Health and Human Services, we both have them. The county and the city. Somehow we should be trying to share the expense here so we don't have so much redundancy and duplication. Now, both have huge budgets. Well, like I said, we're coming up in $600 million. These are the things Mayor Fulop has to look at now. I want to hear Mayor Fulop say, I'm going to get a handle on our expenses. I need to start cutting that budget and the cost to the people of Jersey City, or you will run people out of Jersey City. And as I remind you again, looming is the rebound, and it's coming. So it behooves Mayor Fulop, who has the ability and the background to do this. It's not like we're talking about somebody who doesn't have a financial background. Mayor Fulop can do this. He needs to start looking at getting the house in order and shared services. And really the only place we can share service with is the county of Hudson, because just the size of Jersey City and the size of the county, it can be done. You just got to want to do it. And we got to want to do it to help the people, the mom and pops who own 1-2 family homes in Jersey City. All right, we're going to break the commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We'll be right back.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'm here. You're there. I'm Pat O'Melia. You're a concerned Jersey City resident. We're doing this show live. It's live on YouTube. It's live on Facebook. It's live on live stream. It's live on Comcast 190. It is live everywhere. I'm live. You're live. We're live. During our hiatus, Mayor Fulop appointed a new chief of police, Chief Kelly, a good cop's cop. So I think he will be successful in his position, provided he stays away from the curse of Fulop PD chief appointments. The last two didn't work out that well. Hopefully this one does, and it doesn't come to bite Fulop on the butt. He already used his 2 cheeks. He doesn't have any more cheek for a bite. So we wish the best to Chief Kelly. There he is right there. He's like me, talks with his hands a lot. But do we really need a police chief? There's an expense to it. Yeah, and eventually there's a pension expense to it, which is a huge expense here in Jersey City. You know, with Jim Shea, he was running it since Phil Zaki ran it. Well, I'll be getting into Phil Zaki, Chief Zaki. Seems like we were operating okay without it. I don't know if it's law we have to have a chief. Yeah, I'm sure there's a reason why we have a chief. I don't know why we can't come up with a whole new way of managing the police department instead of the same. Or everything's the same way. We always did. This is how it's. When I argue with the county or the city about something, it's always, this is how we always did it. We were like in the 40s when Mayor Haig was here. He put this program in. Well, sometimes you change. Maybe you take more of a corporate look at the police. But whatever. It is what it is for now. But, I think we were operating okay. Now, the JCPD, this is where Chief Kelly is going to get a lot of attention. And Jim Shea deserves a lot of his attention also. We're about to reach about 950 cops. I think the JJ today had a story about new recruits. They were getting some training in the Bethune Center. Kelly needs, if you're at 950, and I think when Fulop came in, he was about 780 cops. You're at 950. I think he may have been lower than 780 because we hired 200 cops, but some people retired. Some people had to resign. some police officers. If we're at 950, there's pressure on Chief Kelly to show us results. Now, first and foremost, he needs to cool things on MLK Drive. There is no other part of Jersey City that is like that section of Jersey City in that block, well, that road, MLK Drive, and all, the side streets to it at all. There's no reason why there should be like nightly running gun battles on MLK Drive. If we're going to be at 950 cops, then we should be able to eradicate a lot of the crime up on MLK Drive. When you hear there's a shooting in Jersey City, 90% of the time, it's up on the drive. Now, and you look, well, it's up on the drive, at least it stays up there. I want to remind people, they're a Jersey City resident living up there, lifelong residents, generations that live in fear when the sun goes down. Because the sun goes down, it's 4th of July every night. The gunfire goes on, and they hear gunshots every night. Think about that. It would never happen in the Heights or downtown where you heard gunshots every night. When there's a murder or a shooting, or reported shooting, and in the neighborhood, you're not going to anybody in the Heights or downtown say, it happens every night. It's always gunfire. Are you this is in Jersey City. And it's not like, that section of Jersey City, as long as it stays over there, we don't care, as long as it doesn't affect my neighborhood. Nobody should have to live in fear. 950 cops, I think we can put some concentration on MLK Drive. There is no way you would have the running gun battles and the gunfire on any other main drag in Jersey City. MLK Drive should be no different than Newark Avenue, Central Avenue, Palisades Avenue, Washington Street downtown, Montgomery Street. You don't have gunfire every night. You don't have crime every night. When you open up the Jersey Journal, there's a gunfire, and there's shootings, and there's murders. 90% of the time, it's up there. So if we're that strong now at 950 cops, I think we can put heavy emphasis on MLK Drive. Now, the heat is going to be on Jim Shea and Chief Kelly. You have the manpower. We have added a ton of expense to the Jersey City Police Department, going from $760, $780 to $950. And there's only so much Grant's going to pay. Grants expire, and then those salaries become part of the expense. Can it be done? Sure. With 950, I'm sure it's doable. I'm not law enforcement, but I got an extra 200 cops. I should make that one isolated section of Jersey City safe for the people who live there. It's a shame you ride up there and you can see the fear. You can see the bars on windows. It's like you live in jail. You got bars on your windows. I wish Chief Kelly the best, but we expect results. And now that Fulop, and give Fulop the props here, as he kept his promise. He built up the police. You know what? The heat's on Fulop too. But I know every time there's another murder in Jersey City, and we only had 25 last year, I think it was, in Jersey City. So that's down. But every time that crime or a heinous crime or murder takes place, Fulop is like banging his head against the wall because he goes, I'm doing all I can. I'm hiring cops. I'm trying to make the city safer. What the F else do I have to do in that one section? Well, Mayor, I think Jimmy Shea's the right guy. I know Kelly's a cop's cop. We got to give them free hand and free reign to go up there and put an end to the crime. We need to see results. And I don't mean results where we cook the numbers on how crimes are reported and what a crime is. Real results. There's no reason why the people in that section of Jersey City have to live in fear every night of gunfire. Again, we would never allow that in the Heights. We would never allow that in downtown Jersey City. Well, no, listen, you think Mayor Stack would put up with crime like that on a nightly basis in Union City? F, no. And neither should Mayor Fulop. And neither should the people of Jersey City. If we're going to pay for 950 cops, and eventually you're going to, and grant money. Philip is using grant monies for police and the fire department. We have this type of manpower coming on. We should see results. And the hot spot, as we all know, is up on MLK Drive. The people who live there have the right to live without fear. And think about that. You go to bed at night, you're not hearing gunfire. They do. Every night up there. So we got the manpower. We want to see results. I'll look back on this next year. We'll look and see what happened. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'll be right back.
Meineke Car Care, conveniently located at 700 Tunnelly Avenue, Jersey City, half a mile north of County Road. Meineke bumper-to-bumper car care. Brakes, exhaust, oil change, wheel alignments, batteries, CV joints, and so much more. First-rate service at a price you can afford. All major cards accepted. Apply for a Meineke card. Meineke, Jersey City. Stop by and let Sammy check your brakes for free.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show live. And we're live in Uruguay, as I understand. I guess via Facebook. My buddy Mark is sitting here at 80-degree weather. Enjoy your vacation, Mark. As I mentioned, Phil Zaki, former chief of police here in Jersey City, former commander of the North District. I would deal with Phil quite a bit when we had issues in the Heights. I would never expect that Phil wouldn't take a dime that wasn't his. But he took a lot of dimes that weren't his, and he pled guilty to taking approximately $31,000 of federal money that is paid through the Jersey City Housing Authority to provide security. Thing is, he never showed up to do any of that security. I think one of the red flares in this should have been when a captain or a commander is doing security at night. These guys are making a pretty good buck. I don't know what goes through the mind. Now, keep in mind, these off-duty assignments, there's been a real problem in Jersey City with this. I think there are about 10 cops so far that have resigned and pled guilty to no-show jobs, taking money for cops who didn't show up to do security. Phil Zaki in particular. And again, when I said Chief Kelly's a cop, that's how I looked at Zaki. I don't know what goes through your mind where you would throw away your reputation and your pension and all you have accomplished in 38 years that Phil was a police officer here in Jersey City. Excellent pension, lifetime benefits. The big boat payment, I think Phil Zaki's boat payment, that was money, sick days, vacation, accumulated time you didn't use, was somewhere around $500,000. Why the F would you risk it all? And he probably has lost everything because of $31,000. How effing greedy are you to steal 31 grand? And I want to remind you, it's not like there was a big pile of cash, $31,000 at one time. It's drib and drab. When you're cashing your $200,000+ paycheck, there's Phil right there. You're cashing that paycheck. You're stealing, hundreds of dollars a week when you're cashing a $200,000+ a year paycheck. What the F? Yeah, that's the problem with Jersey City. When our politicians get in trouble, it's like the stupidest amount of money. $5,000, a handful of Viagra, stupid stuff like that just goes into our reputation of Hudson County corruption. And small money and you'll throw your whole life's work out the window. And I don't understand that. You would have to show me the money. I mean, enough money that is going to change my life instantly to throw away reputation, pension, my boat payment, and all that. And I don't know what the status of that's going to be when he cops a plea on this, that he was stealing money, which was Fed dollars. I don't know what happens there. You know, that's to be adjudicated yet. You have to wonder, you know, this guy was set for life, and he worked it. He earned it. He worked. He was one of the smart guys. He set himself up for retirement, and look what he did here. You know, how do you look at your wife and kids and say, you know, I was pocketing $600 a week, and I blew everything. And we had the same thing here with a bunch of other cops on off-duty. Well, you know, off-duty assignments, you know, like somebody's digging a hole for a water main. You have a cop there. They're not on duty. They're off-duty cops. And they're getting X amount of dollars, and the city gets X amount of dollars. But, of course, somebody found a way to pervert that, and 10 cops lost their careers over it. And there's probably a few more to go. Yeah, again, you got to wonder about, you know, some of these guys are like 20 years on the force. Come on, you're doing this for $100? You're stealing $200-300 on a day? I guess it's greed. When this first came to life a couple of years ago, I had spoke to the mayor and saying about these off-duty assignments. Maybe there's something else we can do with this pot of gold there of off-duty assignments. Instead of utilizing active duty officers, we could have what I referred to at that time, city security, where we could give people jobs. People, you know, it could be young people looking to get into law enforcement. It could be active recruits that we're putting through the academy, or full up with all about civilian patrols. We used to have that years ago, auxiliary patrol, auxiliary cops. We had that back in the 70s. This could be a way of training our next generation of police officers with city security, where instead of giving it to active duty cops, which would just get perverted again, greed always finds a way, and greed isn't good. We could start to employ young people, and maybe you don't want to be in law enforcement, but it's an ideal way. Young people who are looking for an opportunity to work, they can do security. Not every security detail requires a gun. Now, if a gun is required, there are a bunch of retired cops we can utilize for that. I know there is talk, I don't know if we did it yet, about having retired cops armed in Jersey City schools and state schools statewide. Not sure if we passed that yet. But, you know, you go to the parking authority, there's a security guy there, which always makes me wonder, because we got more parking enforcement people there. Do we really have to have an outside person doing security? But there's security all through the city, and it's an outside service. This is money we could keep in-house. And we can train the next future of police. We can give people a job here in Jersey City. It's an some of the security doesn't have to be guys, could be girls too. Women, well, girls, my age, who want to have a decent, there's a career in security. We can get a lot of people to work, get a lot of people jobs, possibly our next generation of cops with our city security, auxiliary cops, cops that can start learning the ropes before we put them in the academy. Once you put them in the academy, I think you got to put them on the force, or somebody else takes them after you paid for the training. But there's a lot of the security detail. I don't need a cop with a gun watching someone dig a friggin' hole. I don't need a cop with a gun when Home Depot's dropping up sheetrock. I can have city security. Young people looking for an opportunity, whether it's law enforcement or just having a decent job. We can do that. Maybe we don't make it a civil service thing. Maybe we make an autonomous out of it, so we don't get stuck with the civil service titles. But there's another way to do this without embarrassing the city again. But, you can't protect yourself against stupid. Now, people are saying, well, this is full up, this thing happened with Zaki and these cops under the full-up administration. It's hard to protect. You can't protect yourself against stupid. If somebody wants to throw their career and reputation away for a whopping, a couple of $100, there's no way full-up can protect he or the city from that. It's just stupidity. I remember years ago in the early 2000s, Mayor Sacco had a problem with his commissioners. They were throwing away their careers for grout work in the bathroom. You can't protect against stupid. I know Mayor Fulop does all he can, but here's an opportunity, Steve, to recreate jobs. We're going to break the commercial. We'll be right back.
Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintoproperties.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue in Jersey City. Your local collision specialist. Body and fender repair. On-site oven-baked paintwork. Fiberglass repair experts. Custom and classic car restoration. All insurance is welcome. 24-hour towing available. Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue, 201-222-3050. Plaza Auto Body, your bumper-to-bumper buddy.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We're having a problem with my Q mic here. It started giving me a bunch of static. I think that is an excellent idea, city security. Hopefully, I got to sit down with Steve. There's a few other things I want to go over for Jersey City in 2018. There's some things we're working on now. I know this is going to start a Twitter battle here when we stream this. Over the last week or so with the cold snap and the snow, one thing I noticed was nobody was on any bikes. And the biking community, Bike JC or JC Bike, whatever the hell name it, they're always attacking me because I have a problem with bikes, how we try to accommodate the bicycle enthusiasts. Now, I don't have a problem with the people, weekend bikes, but people who say we need this daily as a mode of transportation to go to work. It is not a practical mode, which just became painfully obvious when it was freezing out. There was snow on the road. I did not see one bike, but I'm going to tell you on the average day, I may see 6 to 8 bikes. I'll see thousands of cars, 6 to 8 bikes. And the argument with many of these bike enthusiasts or whatever kind of other enthusiasts who want to put petitions at the end of our streets and shorten the crosswalks, I don't quite understand why we want to shorten crosswalks, or people who say our streets are violent, our crosswalks are violent. They're not violent. They're crosswalks. Jersey City streets have been the same as they've been for 100 years. I'm crossing the same streets today as my mother and father did. You know, actually, their mother and fathers did the same exact streets. And we managed to cross them without countdown clocks or hands. We crossed at the green, not in between. And there weren't that many traffic signals either. We got traffic lights everywhere. And what they want is the bike lanes, protected bike lanes throughout Jersey City. There's a great story on the 30th of December in the New York Post by Steve Quazzaro, talking about problems in New York City with traffic. And de Blasio and Cuomo, they're talking about congestion, charging for congestion pricing. That the biggest problems they have in New York City has been exacerbated by Uber and Lyft, cars that are just like idling around the city waiting for rides. And supposedly, again, I'm not in New York City a lot, but that is a huge problem. And we have it in downtown Jersey City, too. Pedestrian plazas that they just popped up like in the middle of Broadway. We did it here in Newark Avenue. And bike lanes. And it was an interesting statistic. He said in New York City, there was like 80,000 people that bike during the day to get to work in New York City, where there are like 3.8 million people who drive in. And we are constantly attacking the automotive. When they put these bike lanes in at pedestrian plazas, they create traffic. And I want you to keep in mind, New York City streets, on the average, are like twice as wide as any Jersey City street. The majority of Jersey City streets are one lane each direction. Very few are multi-lane. There's very few parts of Montgomery Street that are multi-lane. Washington Parkway, Washington Street down there is multi-lane, Kennedy Boulevard. Once you get out of that, Central Avenue is one lane each way, Newark Avenue, Palisade Avenue, West Side Avenue, they're all one lane. Now, if you want to dedicate bike lanes, you got to take width away from the road. And in a lot of these streets, we don't have any width to give. So you would start choking the traffic. If you want to condense the size of a crosswalk, make it smaller so people can cross, you will bottle up cars. You will create traffic jams. You will create traffic doing that, as they're doing in New York City. And the people that propose this and the proponents of it, when you read the stories about them, they moved here 6 years ago, they moved here 7 years ago, I moved here 4 years ago. They want to create exactly what they escaped from, whether it be New York City and Manhattan or Staten Island or Brooklyn, most Brooklyn, I guess. Usually when I hear people move from Jersey City, they come from Brooklyn. They want to create the same thing they escape from. Instead of simulating themselves here in Jersey City, they want to create what they escape from. And when you condense the intersections, the crosswalk, make them narrower so people can cross. The problem in Jersey City is, in my lifetime, people forgot how to cross a street. And a lot has to do with smartphones and iPods and so forth. We used to be able to walk and talk in Jersey City. You used to be able to walk down the street talking to somebody and you just wouldn't walk into the street. You know? But we do that now. You see it all the time. People just blindly walk into the street. And the idea is, if you condense the size of the intersections or the crosswalk, it'll be safer for the pedestrians. Well, here's the problem. We don't know how to cross the street. We're too effing stupid now. That's what I'm saying, we. I don't want to put myself in there because I'm not one of them. But you see it every day. People don't know how to cross the street. And maybe it's from school, because you see school getting out, you see crossing guards blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks away. Paid crossing guards, by the way, or active police, on-duty police officers doing crossing services. When I was a kid, as a patrol boy, I had my little white belt and a badge, and I crossed the kids on school property. Once we got off school property, it was the danger zone, I guess. I don't know how we made it home. You know, I did a piece on this before. I used to walk home from school without crossing guards and vests and stop signs and waving me over. I had to make those decisions as a young kid, how to cross the street. And me and the other ones, all these other kids. There weren't piles of bodies of kids when we were leaving. We managed to get home. And I would actually walk through railroad tracks when we got home. And like I said, when I got home, you know, it wasn't like Mom was, oh my God, thank God you made it home again. Here's some Bosco, congratulations. We made it home because we use common sense. Maybe we don't allow the kids to use common sense anymore, and that manifests itself as an adult because they don't know how to effing cross the street. And these people who popped up in Jersey City over the years, they want to narrow the intersection so these dumbasses who can't cross the street now have less crosswalk to cross. But we bottle up everything in the city. My streets are taxi tested tough. We've been walking these streets for years. But like I said, if you can, go online. It was December the 30th. New York Post, great story on the problems in New York City. And when you're reading it, you're going to start seeing Jersey City. Like I said, the people who moved from New York City are trying to create what they escape from, instead of assimilating themselves here in Jersey City. Let's create the same miserable existence we escape from, whether it's traffic or property taxes, whatever the case is. And that's going to hurt you, the born and bred Jersey City. Not that I have a problem with the newcomers, just that we all got to get realistic. We're going to break the commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'll be right back.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
There we are. We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'm here, Pat O'Melia. You're there, concerned Jersey City resident. I understand we have some sort of a comment over my last segment about crosswalks and people moving to Jersey City trying to recreate. Now, it's kind of a little cryptic here. Engineers study all these components before making any changes. 25 plus per resident. Stop making broad negative assumptions. All right, I'll assume we're talking about traffic engineers. I don't have a lot of faith in traffic engineers, and I can give you examples. Look at the Tunley Circle. You think that was better than the old Tunley Circle? You think that the Charlotte Circle is better? Do you think Journal Square is a better traffic design than it was back in the 70s? Do you think 36th Street and Kennedy Boulevard is a better traffic design? No. Do you think the traffic flow coming off 139 out of the Holland Tunnel is better than it was before? If you do, then you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm happy you're here 25 years. Now, I assume you moved to Jersey City to escape whatever you were escaping, and you like Jersey City. I like Jersey City. I think it's a safe city, and we're trying to paint it as some traffic, violent, people getting killed by cars every day. Are there accidents? Sure. But I'm going to tell you, as a driver, I have to avoid these people who just walk out into the street. I'm telling you, Central Avenue and Palisade Avenue, that's almost like a police simulator. If you want to learn how to drive, actually, my daughter, Gina, said she learned how to drive going down Central Avenue, avoiding people just walking out into the street. Liberty State Park. All right, here you go, Sam. Sam, baby. Sam Pessett. Here we go. Liberty State Park. There is a proposal coming out of Trenton. I don't know if it's Christie's proposal. It's a proposal out of the DEP about opening a marina, another marina on the south end. And, of course, Sam Pessant, I love Sam Pessant. I'm a big Sam Pessant fan. But I don't agree with everything Sam wants to do or status quo of Liberty State Park. I don't think I have a problem. Actually, I know I don't have a problem with another marina there. And first off, there's no such thing as an ugly marina. And people the whole argument is going to be, well, it'll block the views. Really? What do you think we're putting down there in the marina? Cruise ships? No, they're just boats. And the other thing, it's not a millionaire's marina. Not everybody who owns a boat is a millionaire. Now, it's an expensive hobby. You have to be dedicated to it. And I understand in the boating world, the two best days for somebody who owns a boat is the day they buy a boat and the day they sell a boat. But not everybody is big in bucks. They like boating. They like fishing. That's it. You know, are there people who are millionaires? Sure. There are a bunch of them who are parking their yachts over there, or docking. Let me use boating terms. Docking their yachts over by the Statue of Liberty. I don't have a problem with a marina there. And like I said, I don't see an ugly marina. Now, I go down shore a lot. You know, we got another studio down in Seaside Heights. And I like seeing the ships dock, the high masts and all. But none of them are huge. They're not going to block the Statue of Liberty. You'll still see World Trade Center. You'll see the Empire State Building or the Woolworths Building. I understand what the state's doing. As I said in the opening of the show, the state's got to start looking at ways to cut expenses, or we're all going to have to leave New Jersey. Allied Van Lines, I think it was, the top 3 states where more people are moving out than moving in, New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut, I think it was. But New Jersey was there. It's too expensive. The state, they gotta write, checks. You're the one funding those checks. We have to figure, as a state, how to cut a cost. And I think it said that Liberty State Park costs $3.5–4 million a year. If you can get revenue out of the park to offset that, which is your property taxes, by the way, plus there's a bulkhead that was damaged by Sandy that allegedly cost $40 to $50 million to repair, and this lease will address that and not use taxpayer money I don't know what the problem is. Do you want to pay the 50 or 40 or 50 million dollars a year? And people, there was I think it was in the Jersey Journal, they can bond for the bulkhead repair. Well, there isn't some magic money that pays off the bonds. You pay off the bonds with your taxes. Now, if we can get somebody else to pay for that bulkhead, that's a win-win. And you build a marina, I think it would look nice. Now, again, Sam Pessin is probably throwing rocks at his TV right now. Well, probably not rocks. He doesn't want to break his TV. But, you know, look at Liberty State Park. You got Liberty Science Center there. You got Liberty National Golf Course down there. Liberty Science Center is building a school and a hotel. So it isn't like, you know, there's nothing going on there. And when you look at Liberty State Park, there was a lot of changes down there. Like the old rail terminal, looks the same now as it did when I was there, going back to 2001 when Glenn Cunningham was inaugurated. It's still in a state of everything I see down there is in a state of disrepair. So the more money you can get in to maintain the park, the better you are. Now, again, when I talked about shared services, say we don't do the marina deal, but still there's that expense. Jersey City is right here. Jersey City can enter a shared service agreement with the state to maintain Liberty State Park, or the state can maintain Berry Lane and our park, so we do it together, or you do it a three-way with the county, the state, and the city to maintain parks here. But the bottom line is we need to get New Jersey out of the #1 tax state. We need to figure out how to get out of that top 5, top 10, that you can afford to stay here and live here, and you can afford your children to live here. Like I said, Allied Band Lines, we're in it. We're one of the states where more people are leaving than coming in. And when we talk about taxes, everybody complains about the taxes. And when there's a possibility of a way to generate revenue, well, we don't do that. We don't do that. But when a tax bill comes and goes, oh, my God, you know, Fulop or Murphy or, you know, whoever the taxing individual will be, a mayor or a governor or whatever, it's ridiculous. They just don't understand the working for it. You can't have it both ways. Yes, it is a beautiful park. There's more we can do with it. You know, now they're talking, well, you're going to have your picnic reservation. No, I'm not. This is the first time I've ever heard about reserving your picnic table at Liberty State Park. You know, I'm not even sure they did that before. But now they're saying, oh, reserve your picnic area here, because if we do that, they won't build that ugly millionaire's marina. Again, there is no ugly marina. There is no millionaire marina. Not everybody owns a boat is a millionaire. And we need to try to cover the expenses as best we can without reaching into the pockets of mom and pop. Now, if there's a lease to be done, it should be a two-way lease. That helps the leasee and the leaser, not a one-way deal. Now, there is some talk about I don't know what the lease is, but just to, out of hand, say no to the marina, and the argument being it will block the views. These aren't cruise ships coming in here. They're little boats that they're going to be docking at the marina. I would go ahead with the marina deal. I'd probably go over the lease a little bit more. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You watching the Jersey City Show? We'll be back. What, that's it? I'm at a show? Yeah, all right, you be good, you be safe. I'll talk to you Thursday on the Hudson County Show. Good night.